Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Crap or Craptastic. I'm Brian West. That's Ryan Thomason. We're from the Geek Dad Report, and we are here to talk about an epic fail. We're not bearing the lead on this one. We are going to be reviewing Marvel's The Inhumans, which recently aired on IMAX theaters and on ABC. And I'm just going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to say this is the fucking worst show I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to have to agree with you just because it was in the middle of the day when I was watching it, and I had no attention for it.
Is it actually the worst show ever made? No, but the expectations that Marvel sets for us were so high, even with rumors that this was going to be a bad show. I did not expect what I got, and you know what? Fell asleep 3 times. 3 watching it.
Yeah. I made the mistake. I watched The Gifted like right before I watched it.
The Inhumans,
so my expectation level had been raised a little bit. So by the time I started watching this, and I think about 10 minutes in, I kind of realized this is not going to be like The Gifted. So. Yeah,
well, warning, we're going to talk about this for a few minutes here. We are going to give some spoilers away, but honestly, it doesn't matter we could literally walk you through the entire plot because it's so generically stupid that it doesn't really matter. So anyway, but you have been warned. So first up, if you don't know what the Inhumans are, they've spent seasons setting it up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Basically, the Inhumans they're alien. They're humans that have alien DNA that, when exposed to a specific chemical called the Terrigen Mist, their inhuman powers awaken, and sometimes they turn into monsters. Sometimes they look normal. Sometimes they don't get powers at all, or sometimes they get just various types of powers. Think of basically the X-Men, but aliens instead of X-Men, instead of mutants, and that's where they get their powers from the alien DNA versus the mutant DNA. In a lot of ways, this is Marvel's way of phasing out the X-Men, which they don't own the rights to for the movies, and bringing in their own X-Men. And this was supposed to start out as a movie. Marvel kind of scrapped the idea. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. introduced it, and then they said, ABC said, hey, we're going to run with our own show. And the rumors were that they wanted to do this on the cheap and quickly, and it freaking shows. This looks like the cheapest pile of crap I've ever seen. The sets were terrible. The costumes were terrible. The special effects were awful. And the story, worst of all, the story is boring and dumb, and you just don't even care about it.
Yeah. I was more invested in Lockjaw than I was really in any of the other characters.
There's a couple characters that are all right. The lady who plays Medusa, I liked her for the most part. She's a solid actress. And the lady who played Black Bolt, I liked his character. I thought he was pretty good. And Ramsay Bolton, Maximus, he was okay too. Everybody else in this show is terrible. You know what strikes me as crazy too is they are on the moon, right? The moon looks cheap, which I get. Okay, this is going to be a special effects heavy show, so you can't make everything look great. But you're on the moon full of Inhumans, and you only ever see like 5 Inhumans. And even the security guard, like when they overthrow, spoiler alert, Maximus wants to overthrow the royal family, which happens like the first 10 minutes. It gives you no time to get invested in any of these characters. So when Maximus, Black Bolt's brother, betrays him, they have all this music and they try and make it all stoic and epic, but you're not invested in any of these characters. You could care less that he's overthrowing his brother because you just
I don't give a shit that he's cutting off Medusa's hair.
And I know, and they did it all slow,
who
and
apparently
she's crying,
can't
and
stop it with her own.
They do. First of all, that wig that Medusa's wearing is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Number 2, like I said, they literally give us 10 minutes of introduction before they just do this massive plot twist and expect all of us to care. We don't care. I mean, it's just laughable. The story is terrible. Most of the characters are bad. The dialogue is terrible. The story is so generically stupid that it doesn't even matter.
Well, and Black Bolt just looks constipated all the time.
Well, he can't speak, so I give him some
I understand that, but it's like he could have
dumb.
facial expressions or...
Besides the fact that it looks cheap and the dialogue's really bad and people do things that just don't make any sense, it's so disappointing because they've spent years setting up the Inhumans, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and there was a way to introduce this where you cared about it. And they just, it's like they just said to themselves, you know what? People will watch it because it's Marvel, so we don't want to spend any money. Let's see how bad we can make it and still get people to watch it. And it's just frustrating because it's such a subpar product that we're getting. And I don't care if it's free or not. If I were on ABC, we're on that board, I'd be embarrassed that I had to show this in my lineup. It's terrible. Like, it's sci-fi bad. Sharknado is more believable than the Inhumans.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say now that I'm actually not going to watch any more of the episodes. I mean, I know I kind of had the same kind of feelings about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't see this going anywhere.
No. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had issues with its spot in the universe and trying to set it up, but it was very solidly acted. The story wasn't bad, and it was well shot and well made. There was just problems with some of the plots. This, and some people didn't like some of the characters. There's nothing redeeming about this show at all. Like, I fell asleep 3 times.
It's making me
and
yawn just
Marvel.
talking about it.
I will watch it all because it's only 6 episodes, and I just want to know if they can even try to get this back on track, because it's too bad, because I think there is something with some of these characters that you could really enjoy, and I would love to see some of them interact with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and get to that point. But, like, remember the girl on the moon? She's like that special division of NASA. It's literally like an empty warehouse with like 4 computers, and it's supposed to be some big, huge scientific offshoot.
And her boss is like, well, you need to figure out what happened. She's like, and then she gives him like a perfectly logical explanation of what could have happened because of what she. And he goes, "No, you're fired. That's just weird, crazy talk." It's like, well, you're a fucking NASA guy.
I'm telling you, okay, if you want to watch something terrible, watch Inhumans. If you're just a diehard Marvel fan and think how bad can it be, it is bad. It is not craptastic. It is straight. It's gone past crap. It's gone straight to shit. Like, it is. Yeah. It is awful. I will watch all 6 because, hell, why not? But I'm definitely going to be drinking heavily when I finish it. So, I don't know. You got anything else you want to add? I know I've done a lot of talking, a lot of raging.
No, I'm going to say this is it's a crap. It does not get any higher than that.
This is a big, straight pile of steaming donkey doo, and it's very disappointing considering how much Marvel has brought us. If you didn't like Iron Fist and you thought Iron Fist is bad, Iron Fist is like freaking Shakespeare compared to this garbage.
Yeah.
Inhumans.
Definitely.
2 thumbs, way freaking down. Like, all the way down into the ground. Cut them off, bury them, never see your thumbs again. The Inhumans. But if you would like to watch it, the final 4 episodes will be on ABC on Friday nights. Check it out. Let us know what you think.
Wait, they're going to do all 4 episodes next Friday?
No, they're doing 1 a week now for whatever. Oh, okay. But anyway, thanks for joining us. We'd love to hear your opinion if you guys have seen the Inhumans, what you think about it. If we're way off base, or if you agree with us and think that this is the worst thing that Marvel's ever done. And I do include Fantastic Four and Daredevil, the movies with that. So think about that. I would watch Fantastic Four, the remake, on a loop before I watched the Inhumans.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I would watch Nick Cage.
So I guess that's not entirely factual statement. But anyway, whatever. We were just rambling. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Craptastic.